In November of 2016, Fifth Third Bank announced a $30 billion community development plan. So we would like to welcome today Mr. Greg Carmichael, which is the president and CEO of Fifth Third Bank Corp. Thank you so much, Mr. Carmichael, for being here in DLatinos with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Tell me a little bit about the initiative, $30 billion to be involved in the community. How is that?
First off, 30 billion is a big number, we know that, but it's also a very important number to us because when you think about what a bank is here to do, which is really take care of the communities in which we serve, and that's taking care of everybody in those communities, and it's really job one for a bank. And that commitment of 30 billion is something we've been building on. We increased significantly up to 30 billion, and it's really focused on the following. It's helping people get in a home, so it's mortgage lending, about 11 billion. It's about 10 billion in small business loans to small business companies that are under $1 million in revenue, which are extremely important and really the heart and soul of our communities. So we'll make sure we take care of them. And then you're seeing 9 billion in what we call community development loans. In addition to that, we wanted to do more. So we committed another $158 million. And that focus was really on investments from our foundation, investments in financial literacy, which is extremely important to educate the communities in which we serve because they'll make better decisions. And make sure that we're helping, supplier diversity, those type of programs that we're really helping the fabric of the community be successful.
Mr. Carmichael, how did the bank decide to formulate such a plan that helped the community in those different areas? Did you do a research specifically in the areas that were most needed for the communities that you are going to be in?
The first thing we did, we wanted to make sure we got this right. And we spent our money the right way, and we get the biggest and most impactful outcomes for our investment. So we worked with the NCRC, the National Community Reinvestment Coalition, and their CEO, John Taylor. We did multiple listening sessions in 6 cities, right? Where we brought in the community leaders to listen to what their needs were, what their expectations were, where there was gaps, and how we can best serve the community. And then we came back and we formulated our strategy. And that strategy has us investing in 10 different states, in the communities where we have branches, and making sure we're focused on the low to moderate income, inner city developments, once again to strengthen the communities, which then strengthens the whole fabric of the environment, which is important to us.
Going a little bit more in detail, this announcement was done in February 2016. So now we are in the phase of the implementation.
Correct.
So how is going to be the development of this funding? Who is going to be watching that and will make sure that it will go with the right goals of Fifth Third Bank?
We have an organization built for this.
Okay.
So Brian Lamb, who actually used to be our North Florida president, we brought into Cincinnati, and his job is really on social responsibility and a bank's reputation to run this program. And he's been instrumental in working with the different community groups to make sure we have their input, we hear their voice, okay, and formulate our strategy. So we will be tracking all these initiatives across all the markets, category by category, market by market, to make sure we're doing what we said we were going to do, what the expectations are, and most importantly, going back and making sure we get the outcomes that we were looking for. So it's a program near and dear to our heart. We're very good at execution once we understand what we want to get done, and we're excited about it. I mean, we're looking forward to it.
Mr. Carmichael, we are a small business, and we do understand how hard sometimes is to get access to capital.
Right.
In this initiative, the bank have put aside millions of dollars to help these small businesses. What is the specific goal? To see those small businesses to grow, or just startups? How do you envision that?
Once again, it's about 10 billion across the 10 different states, earmarked for small businesses. And we think about small businesses. We think about businesses under $1 million in revenue, which is the size that we're focused on here, to really help them get started, to help them flourish and be successful. And we know there's going to be ups and downs. There's going to be challenges in that initial startup phase. We want to be there to help them be successful and grow their business going forward. And it's an area that I think, if you think about our communities and with the success of our communities, It's these small businesses that really create the fabric in the communities that's so important to us and we care so much about.
And just to finish, I don't want to leave aside a topic that has been going on in this country, especially in the last month, and it's about diversity and inclusion. And to see these type of initiatives from my diverse background, it puts me like very enthusiastic, and I feel we are very optimistic about the environment. What do you have to say about that?
First off, diversity is extremely important, and we don't just want to talk about it. We want to demonstrate how important it is and how much we care about getting it right. We have, all the way from our board of directors, we have one of the most diverse boards, okay, of all the banking sector, and we're very proud of that. Our executive management team, diverse in gender and race, extremely important. And we also understand the Hispanic Latino sector, the growth in this area. We've got to serve that community. They have needs. We've got to make sure that our solutions, how we go to market, how we talk about us and our bank resonates with the needs of those communities, all right? And that we're there to serve them. And that's extremely important. And listen, I couldn't be more proud of our organization and how they've lined up to this, but it's an extremely important factor for success going forward for all institutions.
Thank you so much, Mr. Carmichael.
Thank you for having me.